Hey, how we doing? Hope you're well. I am on a walk. I'm hanging out in nature, which I think everyone should do at sometimes, and we're glad that you're joining us. My name's Justin, if we haven't met before. I'm one of the youth pastors here at Church Home. Welcome to Church Home Youth. If it's your first time, thanks for hanging out with us. This week might be kind of different. We're having a conversation talking about what I wish I knew. So join me, come take a walk, and we'll sit down and talk, have some coffee together, and talk about what I wish I knew. This should be fun. For me, I only can cycle well with coffee with a bike on the back. That's just kind of how it goes. Hey, thanks for joining me. We had a walk, made some coffee, and now it's basically like you and I are having a coffee meeting. And I'm excited to share and kind of talk a little bit about what I used to, or what I wish I would have known, you know, maybe in high school, maybe in middle school. You might find yourself today in high school or middle school, or, you know, maybe whatever you call that in the respective country that you live, but you're a teenager and you're trying to figure out life, and hey, we've all been there. Or maybe you're a leader or a parent watching this going like, gosh, I have a lot of things that I wish I would have known when I was in high school, that I wish I would have known when I was 17. And so I'm going to kind of dive into a little bit of my life and journey and hope that you can learn something along the way. I was one of those kids. I crushed middle school, okay? I know that might sound funny to say, but for whatever reason, middle school, it actually may have been my peak, right? Like, I don't know. It is what it is. I live an amazing life right now, but middle school, I might have peaked in middle school. 8th grade for me was everything. I lost a bet, grew a mullet, and it wasn't made fun of. It was actually like one of the cool things at school, just because, I don't know, it was what it was. It was pretty awesome, right? Fast forward a year, 8th grade into 9th grade, I moved to Southern California. I go to a new school. I have no friends. I'm 15 years old. All of a sudden, insecurity creeps into my life like no one's business. I went from the most confident, social, outgoing person in the world to literally being afraid to like talk to people. And I don't know what it is. I was crippled by insecurity. And I think the first lesson, I'm going to give you 3 lessons today, if that's all right, really quickly, of course. But the first thing that I wish I would have known is that God uses every season of your life. That God will use every single season of your life. I can vividly remember having no friends, feeling wildly insecure. I remember walking around my high school campus acting like I was looking for my friends that didn't exist because I was too proud to sit down and eat lunch by myself, right? I remember sitting on my bed in the evenings going, God, this is pointless. This isn't helping me. This isn't helping anyone else. This season of my life feels utterly pointless. The 2 verses in the Bible, one I believe is Revelation chapter 23. The Bible says, I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and I'm the end. Ultimately saying God is big. The Bible also tells us, Jeremiah 29:11, that this big, massive God that's Alpha and Omega, beginning and end, has a plan for every single one of our lives. And the plan is to prosper us and not to harm us. And friends, if I could go back and redo everything that I experienced, all that insecurity, all that pain, all that hurt, I would do it in a heartbeat. Why? Because that pain, that moment, that season of my life, what I went through has actually brought me to where I am today. The second lesson that I wish that I would have known is basically that insecurity, it doesn't mean failure. It actually means that you're in a space of growth. Insecurity doesn't mean that you're failing. It doesn't mean that you're flawed. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. I believe that insecurity, and by the way, we all have insecurities, and newsflash too, insecurity never really goes away. It just kind of adapts and it shows itself in new spaces of your life. So if you're like, I can't wait for the day that I'm not insecure anymore, Sorry, it's not gonna happen. It just might look differently, okay? But that's okay. Insecurity doesn't mean you're failing. Insecurity means that you're taking on new challenges. It means that you're growing. It means that you are putting yourself in spaces and places of life that are bigger than what they used to be. And there's maybe more at stake, or there's newness, or there's growth, whatever it is. Insecurity means growth. There's a pastor in the Bible. His name is Timothy. He is taking over this massive church, and needless to say, he's a little bit maybe cautious. He's a little bit scared. He's going, I don't know if I can do this. And Paul says to Timothy, my son, be strong in the grace. Be strong in the grace. And I think that we can say that to ourselves, and we can remember and we can rehearse that sentence, that verse over and over again. Son, daughter, be strong in the grace. What is the grace? Well, I think the grace is kind of two things. There's the grace of Jesus and the gifts that he has given you, the talents that he has given you, the abilities that he has placed in your life, the skill sets he has placed in your life. God has graced you with things. God has graced you with abilities, and he has graced you with things that you need right here, right now. If you are facing a situation and circumstance where you're facing insecurity, I would love to remind you and encourage you with the fact that you have everything that you need right now in Jesus. The third thing I wish that I would have known, and it's a Bible verse. It's man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. Man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. And I had a lot of plans. I had a lot of goals. I had a lot of dreams. And by the way, plans and goals and dreams, they're incredible things to have. Never stop planning, never stop dreaming, never stop going after things, never stop striving, never stop working for what you feel like you are passionate about. I love every ounce of that. But at the same time, I think it's really important that we learn to hold our plans, hold our dreams, hold these achievements we'd love to achieve in life with an open hand. We talk a lot at Church Home about living life open-handedly, and a lot of times that comes down to generosity, but I think a lot of times it can also apply to what we really think we want in life, and realizing that God has a plan. That an old saying within our church, it goes about like this. It says, if God opens a door, it's on him to keep it open. But if you open a door, it's on you to keep it open. And I have seen over and over and over again in my life, plans that I thought I had that don't quite work out, and doors that I could never have imagined opening, being opened for me, and going, wow, I had no idea, but I was built for this. I had no idea. I didn't even know that I wanted to do this, but now I'm obsessed with this. And I genuinely believe that if you can take a moment and be willing to go like this, be open-handed with what you love, be open-handed with what you're passionate about, be open-handed with your future, that God will, the Bible says that he will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ever ask, think, or imagine. Opening your hand to God and going, God, I got all these things, but at the end of the day, I trust you. I can guarantee you, you're going to get years down the road and go, I have no idea how I got here, but I have never been more fulfilled. I have never felt closer to Jesus, and I have never wanted or loved my life more. And so, I don't know, friends, I hope that encourages you. A few little lessons from my life. If we had more time, I'd keep talking. We could keep drinking coffee, but thanks for hanging out with me today. If you need anything, you can DM us on Instagram at Church Home Youth. It's the four of us youth pastors. We'd love to connect with you. We also have pastor chat that is available, and you got to check out our YouTube page. Check out Church Home Youth on YouTube. It's a fun place to hang out. We will see you very soon. Peace.